Hi there, this is Fast Fizz. I'm one of your hosts, Jane. This is just a quick listen on the go. I just wanted to touch in on some of the lies that link to alcohol. Alcohol lies, that's a verb, that the substance, lies to you, but also a list of the lies that alcohol does convince us of. And I just want to shoot them down as a quick fire episode. If you're telling yourself, I don't have a problem, maybe you're on your way home, maybe it's that witching hour, 5-6 o'clock, where you think, I know I said I wasn't going to drink tonight, but do you know what? Maybe just a little drink won't harm. This one just might help put things back into perspective and take you back to where you might have felt this morning when you woke up and thought, I cannot keep drinking every night. One of the biggest lies, you'll feel better. And this is perpetuated everywhere, isn't it? I've had this from my own family. Have a drink, put your feet up. What a busy day. You'll feel better. You don't. You feel hazy, you feel numb. We know that alcohol helps to fuzz everything out. But ultimately, it masks those real feelings that you might still have underneath, the stress, the things that are concerning you. It masks those, and it does increase your anxiety going forwards. Anxiety that you slowly start to live with, by the way, that isn't normal, that you don't need to be shouldering and carrying around with you. Plus, some of the actions that you do while you're consuming alcohol won't make you feel better. Text messages you send, comments that you make. That ties in with the idea of you're more fun, you're sexier, you're more confident with alcohol. It improves you as a human. It doesn't. It doesn't. You're not your true, authentic self while you have a chemicals toxin running through your veins. You're a version of you, but you're not your true self. And although we link alcohol so much to pleasure, and yes, it may make things interesting, it's not always the interesting that you want. You are sexy and confident and fun without the alcohol. When you do strip alcohol out of your life, by the way, it can take you right back to the younger version of yourself where you were able to shine and dazzle and laugh and make great decisions, and it never clouded your judgment. As we go through life and become adults, with alcohol making such a regular appearance, it masks who we really are underneath. You do not need alcohol to be more fun, sexy and confident. It can be uncomfortable to maybe walk into a room full of people without a drink. Yes, that can feel a little bit uncomfortable. But do you know what? People are so focused on themselves. People are not judging what you've got in your glass. And once the conversation goes and you start relaxing into things and ask people questions about themselves, because let's face it, everybody likes to talk about themselves, you quickly realise that you are absolutely fine without alcohol. You don't need it in the way that you think that you do. Remember, this has been ingrained in us for years and years and years. This idea as well that you deserve it. You deserve a drink. It's a treat. It's not a treat. You don't deserve to be chemically polluted by alcohol. What you deserve is self-care. Correct. You will feel better, and you do deserve a treat, something for you, for your mind, for your body, something healthy, something wholesome that gives you time for yourself where you can breathe, a hobby, an activity, a treatment, something lovely for yourself. That, yes, you do deserve. You deserve to be healthy and not compromised by a chemical substance. You don't deserve alcohol. It is not a treat. We deserve good things, and alcohol is not a good thing. Biologically, chemically, socially, financially, physically, mentally, it's undeniable that alcohol is not a good thing for human beings. Just one. Just a little one. Lies. It's an absolute lie. You won't have just one because it's addictive. It sets fire through our veins and into our brains that go, oh, yes, please, I'll have one more of those. It's exactly the same for many of us with other things. I can't eat one Haribo sweet. Of course I can't. I need to smash in the bag. It triggers our brain to say more. It's our caveman mentality that says, feels good, gives me energy, makes me feel temporarily great, gimme, gimme, gimme. No. It won't be just one. You will have more and more. And this links to the lie of, you can handle it. You can handle your drink better than her, better than him. It doesn't hit you as hard. That person gets drunk when they sniff a shandy. You can smash in 6 doubles and you're fine. You're not fine. You've probably got a heightened tolerance to alcohol. And that really, it's not fine. It is not fine. So perhaps you can handle it. But it's coming at a cost, and it's an invisible cost to your organs, to your liver, to your kidneys that you can't see. and a detrimental cost to your mental health and so many other physical things long term into the future. We know it causes cancer. Everybody drinks. Everybody does. So I've got to join in with everybody else. Like, if I would be the odd one out if I don't drink. There's a lie. Everybody drinks. They don't, you know. It's surprising there are quite a few pockets of people through society. There are many cultures that don't drink, that recognise that this interferes with your true authentic self. Yes, it's a minority perhaps, but it's really interesting when you start to pay actual attention. I've been to an event sober, been on a large table of people. Half the table were drinking soft drinks. I wouldn't have noticed that before. I'd have been on to my third glass of wine, telling myself, we're all drinking, and assuming that other people are drinking. They're not, you know, not everybody drinks. And actually, the people you see drinking, just so you watch them nurse that glass for 3 hours. Just you watch how often they top up. It might not be as often as you've been convincing yourself. So no, not everybody drinks. It's not just strange people that don't. It's normal not to drink. Really, when you strip it back, it's normal as a human being, as a biological person. It's normal to not ingest stuff that hurts us. That's normal. It's going to help you sleep. You can't sleep without a drink. I was prone to this one for years. I have sleep issues. I always have all my life. I'm prone to insomnia. I have a bit of anxiety, jogging along at the best of times. We all do. But alcohol made mine a whole lot worse. So my sleep, I told myself I just couldn't get to sleep without a drink. A couple of drinks, bang, I'm fast asleep straight away. It's not real sleep, though. You're not cycling through those restorative, cycles, sleep cycles that regenerate and help you perform better and feel better. It knocks you unconscious. It blacks you out. Blacking out is not the same as sleep. You know that, really. It doesn't help you sleep. Now, admittedly, when you remove the alcohol, and especially if it's something you've been consuming often, you will suffer sleep issues, probably. It's likely that you will struggle to fall asleep naturally, and that's so frustrating, and it can be enough to send you back to the bottle the next night. If you can hold your nerve, if you can accept that this might take a few nights and to not quit, to see it as a process, it's a short process, actually. What I would say to you is that removing alcohol might disrupt your sleep, might make it harder to fall asleep for 3 nights, maybe 4 nights. Sheer exhaustion will kick in, by the way, and all the other self work that you're doing on challenging beliefs. Sleep does kick back in. As human beings, our bodies and our brains like to naturally fall asleep, and you find other coping devices, other techniques, mindfulness, meditation, other ways to begin easing yourself into sleep. But it just takes a bit of time. You can't press a button and make yourself fall asleep naturally. It's going to take a bit of time, but that is normal. It's normal to have a few nights where things play on your mind and it takes you longer to fall asleep. But alcohol is not helping you in that respect. Alcohol is blacking you out. That's not a long-term solution for you, for your sleep. And if sleep ties in quite strongly with this, it's really worth putting that aside and taking a whole look at that separately. But it's certainly yet another alcohol lie. Nearly wrapping up, and these are very much, as you can tell from personal experience, you don't have a problem. You don't have a problem. As we said, you can put your drinks away. It doesn't affect you. You don't have hangovers particularly bad. You're able to get up and function and get through your life. That's the word, though, you're functioning. For a while, I was almost proud to consider myself, I'm a functioning alcoholic. Yes, I've got a problem with alcohol, but do you know what? I get stuff done. I turn up every day to work. I deliver everything that's required of me. I'm always present for my children, so I don't have a problem. But I think if you're questioning, do I have a problem? The chances are you're drinking more than you would like. The chances are you are feeling some effects from alcohol consumption that you're not comfortable with and that you recognise on some level is harmful to you. And again, I will always bang this drum about the long-term view. We can get so caught up in thinking of just us now, today, this week, but we're supposed to be on this planet for many decades, and we want to do that. We want to be here for our family and to get the most out of this beautiful life. How are we going to do that if we're lurching from day to day to night to day, convincing ourselves, yes, no, the constant argument of alcohol that's taking up so much brain power. So the whole you don't have a problem would suggest that perhaps you do have a problem with it. You're not the problem, but there is a problematic relationship there that's not your fault. And this leads us on to the last point. It's a point I will always go on about. It's a big lie for me that alcohol said, well, you can't stop anyway. You're too weak. You can't give it up. So you're the problem. You just have to deal with it. In secret, of course. And that's a horrible, horrible, horrible lie. It beats you down. It makes you dislike yourself. It makes you second guess yourself. You lose a bit of respect for yourself. You accept and you assume, I'm the baddie in this. I'm the problem. And that's alcohol telling you that. If you can't handle me, then the problem is you. It's not you. You are lovely. You do not have a problem. You are not the problem. You have a problematic relationship with a highly problematic substance, a substance that is addictive. And that's the bit that's not shared and commonly expressed, that alcohol is so highly addictive. The problem is the substance. And it's okay to demonize it. If you need to start viewing alcohol as like a bad ex-partner, a toxic, negative person, a horrible boss that you once had, if you need to personify alcohol and view it as a distinct entity and something to get cross at, actually, something to dislike, something to distance yourself from, then that can be very beneficial as well, because that is your problem. That liquid in the glass bottle, it's not your friend. That there is the problem. And it does take work. It does take time. But separating yourself away from that brings a lovely peace and ways of coping and getting to know yourself better and trust and respect yourself better, because I promise that it's possible to live a life without alcohol. I didn't think it was. I genuinely could not imagine my life without alcohol. I genuinely felt that I just needed it in my life and that there was no life without it. There is. Sobriety is not just for other people. Sobriety's scary? Fine. Don't think about it as a big label, as a big scary word. Think about it as completing one alcohol-free day at a time, because you do deserve it. And the biggest lie is that alcohol is good for us. It is not. We don't need it. We can live without it. And life is just so much better long-term for you if you're able to put in the work to step away. It's difficult, but it is not difficult for long. Once it's removed from your system, you are talking just a matter of weeks. In the grand scheme of things, it's a matter of weeks for many people to begin releasing a lot of those addictive effects of alcohol. It's easy to think you're going to feel rubbish forever when you remove it from your system. You don't. That's also a lie. Even thinking and challenging each of these questions, each of these lies, is a really beneficial process, because you're just starting to go against the grain and to just think carefully about that relationship with alcohol and what's suiting you and what's not. Look out for those lies. Thanks for listening. I'm Jane. This is Fizz Free.